Hold on. Wait a second. Oh yeah, there we go. Go away in video overlay. So, charcoal. I am in desperate need of lots of it. So, we're going to take this charcoal and see how many I can make from it. Because one charcoal should be able to smelt 8 more charcoal, and then those 8 charcoal should be able to smelt a stack of additional charcoal. And we're just going to go on and on and on and on like that. But in order for that to be possible, we need wood. Which is why we're here, at my way too big, ginormous tree farm, with, yes, 1,000 trees. So, I guess I'll head down to the very bottom of this tree farm, and we'll start harvesting. Uh-oh, there's a spider in my farm. Oh, that's something I'm gonna have to work on. We'll take the quick way. That's something that I forgot about. Let's just try and turn that to fancy. Ooh, cactus. Anyways, we're gonna need more than this axe. So... I'll just grab one of these. Okay, crafting table. Oh goodness, there's a skeleton in here. Okay. Time for 2 hours of charcoal farming. Oops. Okay, it's already time for a break. We have our first... Oops. We'll put that in there and make 8 more charcoal. Now we'll go back. Yeah, we'll go back to mining wood. And we'll come back in a little bit and put 64 wood in to make 64 charcoal. Move that out of my hand. So on and so forth. Eventually growing past the point of exponential growth, you know, Yeah. Okay, just a little bit more. Uh-oh. We have a short, big tree. I guess that's technically possible in this farm. But if it's only one little tiny branch, then I guess that's okay. Just a little bit more. Okay, we have 64. So, now we come back over here. We take that and immediately put it there. Put that there. And start working on a full stack of charcoal. Oh, wow, we have another short branched tree. Sorry about the slime noises, they're a little bit annoying. This happens to be in slime chunks, so yeah. Not much I can do about that right now. So theoretically, we should be good to just collect the rest of this level. Then we'll come back and stick everything in the furnace and turn it into charcoal. Then we'll go up to the next level and start harvesting that to turn all that into charcoal. Oh boy, another stack. If I remember correctly, each of these levels should give me about 7.5 or so stacks of logs, so in considering we've already put one stack in there to be turned into charcoal, so we should probably get about 6.5 stacks total. but sometimes it's a little more or a little less. Depends on how tall the trees are. Oh boy, we already got one growing back. Okay, let's see. That's still working on that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and steal a little bit of this. Put those back in there. And get a second stack going, so we don't have to wait around for this to smelt in order to start smelting stuff on the second level. Uh-oh, time for a new axe. Wow, this is the third tree with a branch that we found. They must have changed how trees spawn a little bit in this version. Because the last time I used this tree farm was in beta 1.3. And it seems like trees grow a little faster, and the smaller, big trees grow a little more common in this farm. So, this is going to be my life for the next 12 hours in this world. Collecting wood and putting it in furnaces. But it's all for a good reason. Gotta make sure to collect all the saplings that I'll definitely need. Just put them in chests for later. Or maybe I use these as furnace fuel eventually. Wow, those slimes on the second level sure are annoying. It's almost like I built this farm in a slime chunk or something. Uh-oh, I'm out of axes. Gotta go back over here. I guess it'll be okay to borrow a little bit of this. Considering that it all goes towards, you know, making more wood so that I can get more charcoal. Ooh. Cactus. Hey look, it's another tree with a branch. That's the fourth one we found on this level so far. And this is the fifth one, and it has several branches. That's unusual. But I guess it's fine. As long as they aren't too tall. And they can't be because, well, this room is only like 8 blocks tall. Wood cannot spawn close enough to the ceiling for me not to be able to reach it. That's kind of the whole purpose of this farm. Wow, would you believe that we're already almost done with this first level? Now we only have 9 more to go. And I don't think we'll quite get through all 9 in this live stream. Or the rest of this tree farm. This live stream, but you know. I'll definitely finish it. And probably harvest it a few more times before the 12 hours I'm allotting myself to collect charcoal are up. Another tree with branches. What is this, like the 6th one? 5th, 6th, something like that. I guess they're not as rare as I remembered them. Oh boy, diamonds. It's almost like I'm leaving them there exclusively for decorative reasons. Time for a new axe. Good stuff. Oops. Well, there's another one. I'm surprised. But I guess not that surprised. Okay. Level 1 done. Now we need to toss all this wood into furnaces and let it smelt down. That stack we're keeping. Okay. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Another stack in here. Stack there, and that part stack we'll just stick that in there. And we get to keep a stack in however many that is. 8. Fortunately, I brought some ladders, because, well, ladders have changed since the last time I've been here. Wow, level 2. Oh, I forgot to put the saplings back. Better go do that. Don't want to run out of saplings on this level. There. Okay. Time for more wood harvesting. Ah, nice silence. Oops. Seems like I'm getting a little bit of recording lag. I'll have to keep track of that, because it's not my machine performing poorly. It's working fine on my end. It's just OBS is starting to drop some frames, and I don't understand it. Maybe it'll be fine. It might just be the fact that all of these leaves are despawning. Because I'm getting just a little bit of lag on my side of things. Just a tiny amount, though. Guess we'll just go through and pick up all the saplings. Close enough. Another axe. Boy, more annoying slimes. I wish there was a way of telling which chunks were slime chunks in these older versions, because I definitely would have tried to avoid them when building this farm if I could have. You know what, I should probably just start putting this, put a stack in there so that I have this ready to go for the next level while I finish collecting this stuff. Pick up some of these saplings. Ah, there you are. Or at least there's one slime. The rest seem to be on the next level. Great. That means I gotta listen to them for the next, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. They're not on the next level. They are on this level. Okay, good. I don't have to listen to them. Well, I guess there's an easy way to tell whether or not this lag is OBS or me. Oh yeah, we're getting a bunch of red frames there. So yeah, this is just lag from dealing with trees in beta 1.5, more so than OBS lag. So the little red spikes down there on that graph, that's a frame that takes too long to render. And all the green ones are the ones that render before they're needed. And trees aren't exactly the most optimized thing in these older versions. So I guess that makes sense. Well, there's not really anything I can do about that, other than maybe turning it to fast graphics. But that has the issue of spawning hostile mobs on top of the leaves, since they become solid blocks in fast graphics in these older versions. And I don't want to deal with hostile mobs. Wow, we're already 34 minutes into this. boy, there's a bunch of saplings over here. Better pick some of these up before they despawn. I'll only need 100 to replant, which I already have. So, I guess we can just keep going. Oh no, I'm out of axes. I gotta go make some more. There we go. Precious sticks. Oops. Good, that'll be done by the time we need them. I can't help but pick up some of these, otherwise they're just gonna despawn. And that's the last thing I like letting items do, is despawn. Even if I have way too many of them. I mean, that's the whole reason I have like well over 500,000 cobblestone throughout various points in this world. Of course, the vast majority of it is at the main base, because, you know, that entire hole had like something... Digging out that entire hole gave me like 380,000 cobblestone, so... I guess it's better to be a hoarder in Minecraft than a hoarder in real life. Wow, we're 40 minutes into this live stream already. I'm not even done with the second level. It's almost like I built a tree farm with 1,000 trees or something. A tree farm so large that by the time you're finished harvesting it, the beginning is already ready to be reharvested. Diamonds. They get to stay. I like the way they look. Oh boy, we're almost done. Oh no, my axe. Fun lava pool. Okay, time to replant everything. We'll put that there. I guess we'll just go in a spiral pattern. Because I like spiral patterns. Get out of here, you horrible creature. Ooh, I better pick that up. Better just go ahead and do this. Since I'm right here beside the furnaces anyways. Okay, done with level 2. Time for level 3. Uh-oh, it's getting dark up there. Ah, yes. Level 3. Oh wait, forgot to put the saplings back. I keep doing that. Oops. Hey, it's Fire Norm. I'm doing just great. How are you? We're good on stone pickaxes. Yeah, me too. That's part of the reason why I live stream in the evening. It's because, you know, kinda gotta work all day and then come home and mess around with the whole YouTube channel thing. And 8 p.m. seems to be the time when I can do this the most often. Therefore, I live stream at 8 p.m. So, you've definitely read the title, and you definitely know that I'm farming charcoal. I'm not gonna say exactly for what reason, because, you know, that's a future video, but I need a lot of things that need to be smelted for the next big project I do. Therefore, I decided to make a video out of collecting charcoal. It's gonna be like the tunnel digging video, except I'm spending 12 hours collecting charcoal. And I'm gonna find some fun stuff to talk about. Well, I already have the topics in mind. I guess I'll wait just a few more minutes, and then I guess I'll start talking about the topic that I would like to today. Okay, time to put some of this wood in the furnace. I guess I technically didn't need to do that. Well, I did, because I'll use this charcoal for all the rest of this wood, and then I'll need some charcoal for the next level, so yeah, that makes sense. 3 a.m. Man, if I made a habit of staying up till 3 a.m., wow. I don't know if I could handle that. I don't mind staying up late, I just can't. Well, I guess if I stayed up late all the time, I would naturally wake up late. Maybe. I might. It's something, well, you know. There's only so many things to smelt in Beta 1.5. And one of them is definitely charcoal. And one of them is definitely stone. And one of them is definitely sand. And I don't really need to smelt food because I have like way too much wheat. So I guess you can eliminate pork chops and things like that. And fish. Better pick up some of these saplings before I forget and let them all despawn. I guess I'll just start over here now. Well, anyways, I think it's close enough to time to start talking about one of the things that I had planned. So, over the past 6 months, I have gone through some rather interesting experiences. Of course, these things are not really good. Matter of fact, all of them are actually kind of bad. But, I think that they're interesting enough stories to tell on a live stream. And I have 3 that I'd want to tell over the next 3 live streams, including this one, so you're gonna get to hear one of them. And of course, no, you cannot dye glass in this version. I don't think that that's introduced until 1.7? Maybe 1.7? The dyes are all in the game, and glasses too, obviously, but they didn't think of that until, like, way later. But anyways, back to the story at hand. Anyways, back in, I guess it was either late November or early December. Sometime in that time frame, 2025, the most recent, November and December. We started noticing this funny smell in our house. And we realized it centered around a bathroom. But after a while, the smell would just kind of go away. And we couldn't really figure it out. But it didn't really smell bad or anything, so we just kind of kept going as is. But eventually the smell got worse and worse. And we started to realize what it was, or what it smelled like. We realized that it smelled like a skunk. Now the first inclination would be, maybe a skunk got under the house. Well, the problem is, that's not really possible. All the places where a skunk could get in are very much well sealed off. So, we just kept going, and eventually we realized, wait a second. This smell only happens anytime that we turn the water on. That's an issue. And slowly over the next few days it started to get, like, really noticeably bad. So, I live out in the middle of nowhere. And a consequence of that is that we get our water from a well. And, well, proper maintenance of a well is a thing you gotta do. And it's not that we didn't maintain our well. We definitely did. It's just, in the process of maintaining it, something got in. One day this is like maybe a month or so before we started noticing the smell. We noticed that the well house, the little tiny building that's on top of our well, the door was just open for some reason. So we went down and closed it and didn't really see that anything was wrong, so we just kept going as usual. But it turns out something definitely got in. Pretty much. Turns out it had stayed open long enough for a skunk to decide, hey, I wonder if I can turn this little well house into my house. And it got in, which usually wouldn't be an issue because we have a well cover over the top of the well, as all modern wells do. The only problem is this well cover has a 5-inch hole in it. And even with the 1-inch water pipe coming out of it, there's still a good 4 inches worth of gap, big enough for a skunk to get in. So, poor little critter decided to try and find a place down in the well, fell in, and unfortunately passed away. Oh, yeah. So, several weeks later, when we noticed the smell and realized that it was a skunk, we decided to go back down to the well house and realized, oh wait, we didn't put the little cover over that tiny hole, and yeah, it was bad. The smell coming out of the well was horrendous, and we were drinking the water that was coming out of that well. Though fortunately, none of us managed to get sick. Now, we realized that problem, the dead skunk in our well, was something that we couldn't deal with on our own. So we called around to some of the companies that deal with wells to ask what they would do about the situation. And there was a company that said that they'd come out and clean the well. You know, drain it and go down in there and pressure wash it and remove whatever was left of the poor little critter. And try to put the well back in service. The only problem with that is that 40 years ago, when that well was dug, they managed to dig a well that was only 32 feet deep, which is unusually shallow. Like, really, really shallow. And they weren't sure that they could... Well, actually, in the process of one of the companies coming out and looking at it, they realized that it was a really shallow well, and that it had several other issues. It was very dirty because, well, it had been in use for 40 years and had a poor little critter crawl down in it and die. And the casing was cracked, which is the concrete sleeve that goes all the way down the well to the bottom. And they decided that the best course of action, rather than try to fix that well, would be to just dig a new one. So, we had to dig a new well. A different company came out and did that process. But in the meantime, we did not have any water in our house for 3 weeks while the whole process was figured out and the new well was put in. So, fortunately, we have a brand new well as of December. It's 60 feet deep, so almost twice as deep. And of course, we were the ones, instead of having the well company dig the line running to the house and all, and do all the electrical wiring, we figured we'd do it ourselves, and we can. We did. But, us doing it ourselves after working all day made that process take about 2 or 3 weeks. So, yeah. That was our pre-Christmas incident this year, I guess. Discovering a dead skunk in our well. Oh wait, one more tree. And going back to the whole sickness thing, fortunately nobody got sick, despite all of us in this household having drunk several gallons worth of dead skunk water. Oh yeah. Trying to dig a well by hand in modern times is not a fun task, I would think. Fortunately, they have these giant machines that are made for digging out a 2-foot wide hole, specifically for wells. And we got one of those people to come out and dig a well for us, and put the new casing in, and put a new cap on it. And I'm really surprised that... Oh yeah. Weird water. Technically, if you're gonna eat a skunk, eating it slowly over the course of several hundreds of gallons of water is probably the best way to eat it. Though you still probably don't want to eat that. So yeah, our water is nice and clean now, and does not have dead skunk in it. And the old well was decommissioned, aka filled with dirt. It served us well for the past 40 or so years. And none of us got sick. And all it cost was several $1,000s to have a new well dug. Okay, it's almost time to, oh goodness. Oh no, wait, I have extra saplings. Okay, good. It's almost time to replant all these saplings and move on to the next level. Okay, what kind of pattern do we want to replant this farm with? What's this all about? Yeah, not cheap, but for a well that's probably gonna last the next 4 to 5 decades, it's reasonable, it's understandable. It's cheaper than city water, in other words. Yeah, there's technically a possibility it could last for a really long time. Fortunately, we drilled, when we put the cap on the new well, instead of drilling a giant 5-inch hole, we just drilled a 1.5-inch hole. A hole just large enough to stick the actual, well pipe through. So, nothing bigger than the tip of your finger could slide through the little gap between... That torch is not in the right place. Nothing too big can get into our new well, and we have a new well cover over it, so... chances of anything getting in there on accident are very slim. should have stuck all that stuff in the furnaces while I was over there. Oh well. I'll do it once I'm done with the saplings. Gosh, I wish I had a brightness slider. This is just so dark in these old versions. Oops. I need that whole stack. Ooh, wow. Oh man, I've been watching some videos of this guy that removes unwanted bee nests recently, and that's been fun. I like those videos. I think that's all we need. Yeah. On to the next level. You can tell it's been a while since I've been here because, you know, the ladders work different. I got fancy with the furnaces over here. Yeah, just start taking down trees. Yep, I got 10 levels on this farm. It goes all the way up. This was one of the projects I did before I started live streaming, so I was considering trying to live stream some of the digging out of all these levels, but I didn't end up doing it. I ended up waiting a few months before I started live streaming. Yeah, that was quite the project. That is this tree farm, 1,000 trees in a single tree farm. That's the second biggest project I have ever undertaken, period, in Minecraft. And all it required was like 8 hours of digging per level till I got up to the surface. Because it's a 100, or let's see, no, it's not 100 something, it's 43 by 43 by 8 per level. And there's like 7 levels that are entirely underground. Took a long time to dig. But fortunately I decided to watch a bunch of YouTube while digging it, so it didn't take that long. Or at least it didn't feel like it took that long. Uh-oh. Where did that... Oh, it's just up there. I'll grab it in a minute. Wow. All this lag from these leaves despawning is kind of annoying me. Just a bunch of lag from leaves despawning. Okay. Time to toss some wood in the furnace. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that it's been an entire year since I uploaded that video building this farm. Though I guess when you procrastinate for several months after finishing that project before you start the next, time kind of goes a little fast. But fortunately, I've been on a pretty good string of working on and getting episodes done this year. I'm on pace to upload at least one video every 2 months this year, so 6 videos in total. Which is pretty much on par with what I uploaded in terms of, like, nice, completed, well-edited videos in 2023. And those videos, they were not very well edited, simply because I was still learning how to do all that stuff. Oh no, I broke a leaf with my axe. One durability gone forever. I don't know if I will be able to live with myself for such a heinous accident. Okay, let's go pick up some of these and see what's going on here. Ah, yes. Mystery log. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes I miss those little logs, especially if they're diagonal from the trunk. I think I might be able to get through about 6 or 7 levels. I know I'll definitely get through at least level 5. I might start level 6 before I decide to end the live stream, because 2 hours seems to be my limit with live streams. Especially if I'm starting at 8 p.m. I can't really live stream all night like some people. Oops. Not that. This. Oh no. Either that or it's all the saplings on the ground. Maybe it's all this... No, it's probably just the leaves despawning. The two laggiest blocks in these old versions are probably leaves and water. Though water doesn't really become that big of an issue till full release 1.3. When all of the single player and server side integration stuff happens. Definitely have enough saplings. Shouldn't have to worry with picking up too many more. One more tree. Oh no, I'm out of axe. Back to breaking logs and picking up saplings. Okay, time to plant saplings. But instead of just replanting oak saplings, I have something else a little more interesting in mind. In my inventory, if you've been particularly perceptive, you may have noticed that I have saplings of the birch and spruce variety. Well, I wanted this tree farm to also be tree farms for these other these other types of wood. So, I'm going to take half of these birch saplings, and I'm just going to plant them here. And once I come back to this level, after harvesting the rest of the farm, I'll harvest these and then expand them a little further, and then hopefully do that till this entire level has birch. But of course I'll definitely leave some oak saplings over here so that I can go back to oak if I need to. put all the stuff in the furnace. Might as well just go ahead and do that. To planting. Oh, I can't help but pick up saplings. I have this insatiable desire to just collect all the items. Fortunately, it doesn't extend into my real life. Only in Minecraft. Oh no, that sapling despawned. We already got a tree regrown. We already got 2. Oh, we already got 3. Wow. They must like my tree farm. Maybe it's because I did a good job. Or maybe it's just sheer coincidence. Well, anyways, time for level 5. Wow, this place looks like an unharvested level. Oh, I gotta put the saplings back. I always seem to forget that. Don't want to run out of saplings. It's not like I don't have several double chests worth of oak saplings at my main base or anything. Oh boy, the sun's coming out. Either that or that was the moon. Either way, we need to harvest this wood. $30 left. In this, charcoal creation, session, I guess you could say. boy, I put all the furnaces facing that way. Where am I going? To the next row of trees. Time for a new stone pickaxe. Oh, how I love my stone pickaxes. They're the best, most infinitely renewable pickaxes in beta 1.5. Oh, the lag spikes. It's almost like I'm dealing with leaves or something. I gotta move in real life. Try to adjust my microphone without peeking it out. There we go. Turns out when you sit in pretty much the same position for an hour and a half, you kinda get all stove up, as some of the older people I know say. I still got a few more uses on this axe. Oh well. Oh no, I need a new axe. This farm is incredibly large, but also surprisingly claustrophobic. Sorry if anybody here happens to be claustrophobic. I'm sure this doesn't inspire confidence. It's just simply the most efficient way to farm wood in this version. Oh no, I'm out of axes. Whatever shall I do? Perhaps I wander over this way and craft some more. Ooh, I'm gonna need some more cobblestone as well. Yeah, that'll do. Oops. Well, looks like I'm probably not going to get 7 levels done. Okay. Sapling time. I think I'm gonna add spruce to this level. So we'll take some of those and put one there and one there. What do you know, we already got a tree. Okay, furnace time. Oh no, not there. Okay. Oh, I'm doing great. How are you? Things have been going just fine for me. I get to go to the next level. Level 6. Looks like this will be the last level that I farm today. What is my favorite biome? That's a really good question. In these older versions, I'd have to say it's the version of the... I'd have to say it's the version of the winter biome, the cold biome, that has the oak trees rather than the spruce. Because I have some of that terrain off that way, a good distance. But in the newer versions, let's see. It's been a while since I played them, but I guess I'd have to say that in terms of aesthetics, I've always just really liked the mesa biomes, or I guess Badlands as they're officially known. Though I haven't ever really made a base in one of those biomes. Well, it depends. What kind of artwork are we talking about? Oops. Oh, okay. I don't know if I really need any of that kind of work right now, because pretty much everything... Yeah, I could definitely... Yeah, I'll definitely check out some of your stuff. I'm not really sure that I would need any of it right now, but I can see probably needing some different artwork in the future. Because right now all this stuff that I'm using is just stuff that I've cobbled together with GIMP. It's nothing too interesting or complex. Oh wow. These leaves are really causing me some lag. I guess that's what I get for making an entire farm based around trees that are notoriously laggy in these older versions. I think I am about to run out of music. The music playlist that I use for this, from my live streaming, is a little over 2 hours long, and I'm at 1 hour 53 on this live stream. Well, I'll definitely look into your artwork then. Yeah, I'll look into it. That kind of reminds me of another topic. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely add you and check your stuff out. I don't think that I'm ever going to do any sort of face reveal associated with this YouTube channel. I don't really like how face reveals have gone for channels mostly Minecraft focused in the past. Some channels seem to have a really good time with it, and others not so much. Plus, there's plenty of YouTube channels that don't really ever do face reveals. I'll add you pretty much right after I end this live stream. Should be another 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll definitely send you an ad. After all, I have already planned to do a whole live stream. Yep, I will. I'll pull up the chat in about 15 minutes and go back to that one exact message and copy your username and add you. Oh no, there's a hole in my wall with water. It's almost like I left it there intentionally. Oh wait, I better go pick up some of these saplings. I guess I'm going to just finish off this level and then I'll call it a day. Well, it seems that I'm out of music. We'll just have to do without for the next few minutes. I gotta figure out some more music for my live streams, because this seems to always happen. Right towards the end, the playlist runs out. Oh boy, 2 hours in. Just a few more rows and a little bit of sapling planting and a little bit of throwing some wood in the furnace. Okay, just a few more trees. 22 more trees after this one. Boy, I sure have used up all of my social battery today. Looking forward to just sitting there and doing not much, other than adding a certain chat member on Discord. Come on, stone pickaxe. Don't quit on me now. I've got one last row of trees. Oh no, it's given out on me. Oh man, I'm gonna have to walk all the way over here just to make one axe. Just so I can finish the 9.5 trees that I have left. Couldn't have picked a worse time to fail on me. Yeah, I definitely need to figure out some more music for my live streams just in case this exact situation happens again. Because this is kind of brutal without any music. Oh no, a certain little critter is clawing at my door. A particular brown tabby cat named Buddy. I must attend to the poor creature. But not before finishing this live stream. Come on. Just 1.5 trees left. One last tree. Finally. Okay, good. Let's just plant some saplings. One more stack of saplings. Come on. Okay. Grab those. Furnace those. Another in there. Another in there. Another there. Stack goes there. Some more in this furnace. And sure, we'll just stick 8 in there. Okay, I think that's enough for today. We successfully farmed 6 levels and made a bunch of charcoal that we haven't collected yet. So, I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye. What are the buttons?